Hello, welcome back to the channel. So I'm not in a balcony because it's wet and it's raining outside right now. Uh, anyway, welcome back. It has been quite an interesting week because the cat right now that is hiding under the bed, I don't know if it decides to show up later or not. What is currently in heat. This is day 4 of it being in heat. The vlog is probably gonna come like later, next week or something. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I totally forgot like the whole purpose of desexing a cat is because to avoid them to go into heat, because going into heat is very uncomfortable for them and for me. Um, yeah. Anyway, and in that front, the rescue people that I was working with before basically kind of saying, "Oh, I don't think we can help anymore with the cost because we are very low on fund as well. So you have to find another rescue possibly so that you can get her desexed and microchip before it can go to adoption. So because like in New South Wales, you can't put up an animal for rehoming or adoption unless they are desexed and they are microchipped. So that's the issue now to get money to do that. Like I didn't know, like when the first time I saw this lady, I like the cat. I mean, I didn't dare to pick her up because I knew like I don't have any money to get her to the vet and stuff. So I was being responsible. I'm like, okay, I don't have that. So if I pick them up, I have to be responsible for that, right? But when I posted it on Facebook, a lady basically is a rescue person, meaning like she has a rescue organization, charity, and stuff like that. So in my head, um, I thought, okay, because she said, oh, yeah, I can help her to get to the vet and see if she's microchipped. And if not, then it's a stray, then we can get her to find a rehoming or like a forever home and stuff. So I was thinking, oh, okay, I don't have to do this alone. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I don't have to do this alone. I can just get her and foster her for a little bit, and the rescue people, the rescue side of the organization, can deal with the vet costs and stuff like that, which was confirmed when I picked her up and I asked the lady, hey, I picked up the stray that you said that you can help me with. um, so what can I do as a foster? And then she goes, if you foster with our organization, your vet costs and vet health related stuff is going to be taken care of by us. I was like, okay, that's cool. I mean, if I'm only responsible for the food and litter, which is costing a lot for me, like I have to push my own groceries, food wise and budget wise and stuff. So, like, I have to reduce my own expenses so that I can afford hers, which is, I'm not complaining about that because I decided to pick her up. So I felt like it was responsible to do that, like it wasn't anyone's prompting me to do it. So I felt like, okay, that was the agreement, but the agreement kind of fell through very quickly because the fund was really low, and because Sydney is having a really huge stray cat problems, and the population is exploding, stuff like that. So for about like after 2 visits and stuff, the lady basically said, you will probably have to find another rescue to do this, and my exhaustion is beyond comprehension at the moment, and I don't have the bandwidth. My mind is all over the place. My sleep isn't going well as well. I kept forgetting that I have a chronic illness, and I keep forgetting that I'm neurodivergent. My body is not designed for this constant demand of things, and the cat is definitely a very demanding creature. Like it wants like its meal at 5 a.m. It wants to play in the morning, which is the worst time of my day. And my body is taking a toll um, on the health part of things. We're going 3 weeks soon. Um, so I keep forgetting to deal with my own problem, which is like, oh my God, how am I going to get money for rent next month and stuff like that? And it's like, oh, it's snowballing now. And I don't particularly like the feeling of it. And that said, I am surprised how emotionally still stable I am. I was kind of expecting to be in a very, very bad state. But for some reason, apparently I'm still here. Um, So right now we are waiting, I guess, for the fund to come through. I'll put like their rescue page and their bank details in the description box below if you want to help. And you can just put like reference Limi's desexing or Limi's microchipping, Limi, which is the cat's name for temporarily cat name. Because when she's got adopted, which I'm gonna be heartbroken when that happens, but I think that was gonna be for the best because I'm poor and I don't think she should live in a poor person's uh, house. And also, I think it's better for her to live with kids because, like young kids, because she has a lot of energy right now. And I feel like it'd be good if she grew up with the kids as well, you know. Um, so, yeah, so I basically spent last night sending a few and searching a few local rescues, but none of them have gotten back to me, which probably because they're busy and overwhelmed as much. So the rescue lady that I was working with was really kind enough already to basically get her to the vet and scan for microchipped and paid for the vaccination and also applied flea and deworming topical application. So she did all she could with all the resources that she had. So I'm not blaming her by any chance. I think this is just the reality of rescue. And I guess I was pretty naive. I thought like, okay, so the rescue will handle everything. But it's like any kind of rescue situation, pet rescues and animal rescues is relying heavily on donations. So it's not like it is subsidized by either a government grant or organization charity donations. So it's not, it's not organized in a way that is consistently funded, I suppose. So now I feel like, oh, I'm not regretting my action. I mean, it's raining right now and it's cold. So, and she's in heat. So I feel like if she's out there, she definitely is going to breed and going to have a lot of babies soon and going to be alone out there and going to be cold and wet, which is very bad. Basically, if you are cold and wet because um, your fur is not going to be insulating the coldness because of the wetness. Um, so in that sense, like I don't think I should regret my decision, but I guess I'm regretting it financially and also situationally because now I feel like this is my problem. Before I thought like, oh, I'm not saying it was purely the rescue problem, but it was a shared responsibilities with a common goal. But I think now it's come back to me again, like it's a burden on me to find a rescue to attach to and to find and stuff because I can't just adopt her because I don't have the fund if she gets sick to the vet and stuff. So it's not a matter of adopting her per se. It's like I can't even afford to go for a checkup, for example. The checkup is going to cost $150 $200, which is basic. And if something happens, the vet bill is going to be huge, and to do that you have to be able to afford pet insurance is probably around 3 grand 4 grand each year, so which is probably better to cover for like 30,000 worth of vet bills, which is a lot of money. So if you pay 4,000, you basically cover it for until maybe 30,000. So Um, but yeah, those kind of things needs a lot of infrastructures in place already, like financially and stuff, which I don't have. And which I already thought through from the very beginning. I saw her, the first meeting, So, and I didn't act out of recklessness, so to speak, in this instant. I really thought that I had a partner, a rescue partner in this, and I can be the fostering arm of the partnership and not to find another rescue. Anyway, that's the story so far, and I feel I don't know. I'm very conflicted. My brain is conflicted. I can't even speak. I want to say conflicted, but I keep saying conflicted, like tick, conflicted. So it's not conflicted, which is TED. It's conflicted, which is TICK. But yeah, in the home front, things are getting into a lot more routine these days. I am starting to able to ignore her when in the morning when she's whining for food. Don't worry, she's always has food. Okay, she's always has like at least dry kibbles to eat. So she's never out of food. She's never out of water. She eats better than me. And so she just really likes her wet food fresh in the morning. So that's what usually she whines about. I have become a servant and a slave, apparently. I have subjugated myself to that. So now I'm just very much in I don't know, in a very weird place mentally, I suppose. I've been trying not to do anything for the past 2 days so that I can at least recoup half of the exhaustion tax that has been accumulating. And even when I'm not doing anything at all, I am sleeping and napping in betweens and stuff. So the exhaustion is definitely real. I'm also making sure I'm taking my vitamin D3. Yeah, becoming an old person now at 42. I'm very conscious, especially with autoimmune condition intact and also neurodivergency. I am taking my vitamin D3 because my body feels like it's bone ache deep. The aches is just so deep, especially with raining days, which is happening the whole week this week, and the humidity and everything is just not great for my body at all. So a lot of vitamin D3, hopefully to reduce pain, especially arthritic pain, like arthritis in the joints and stuff, which I have all of it in my hips, in my knees, in my fingers, on my elbow, in my shoulder. I don't know. I need to solve the financial issues, but at the same time, I'm thinking I haven't been able to solve the financial issues so far. What do I think that I can solve it now? You know what I mean? I feel like I was hoping to get some financial relief, but instead I'm like doubling down on my financial expenses. And it's crazy. And if you guys don't want to watch this because this is turning into a whinge and complain and stuff, is that's okay. As I was saying before, like constantly in this channel. This channel is just for me to talk, at least using my voice box, because I don't talk to anyone at all. And I don't talk to the cat either. I mean, like the cat and I just like stare at each other, like food outside. One word, because we both are artistic. That's what I like to believe anyway. Um, but yeah, I'm just feel bad for the cat most of the time because I am a low energy person. I don't have a lot of energy, so it gets really bored in the morning. And morning, as I said, is my worst time of the day. uh, I don't have the energy to play with it. Even with one to play, I would do it and late at night. But that's when she's sleepy at night. She doesn't want to play when she's sleepy. So our schedule is a bit of a mixed match right now. She's pretty vocal as well. when she wants something, which is good for me because um, I prefer for her to tell me when she wants something. I still don't know what she wants 50% of the time, but usually she would just sit in front of the things that she wants. Like if she wants the heater to get turned on, she would just sit in front of the heater. If she's pissed off at me for mucking around with her litter, she would just piss at the litter box and then stare at me while pissing. Happened today. Because I'm doing my chores, which is like, vacuuming and mopping. So I have to move all of her stuff away until everything is dry again and washed up again. This is the third week of the chores. Okay, she should be able to get used to this. Like this happened 3 times already. I hope like her long-term memory is intact. Um, but yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. I mean, what can I do? My body is not doing well. It's gotten even worse. So, um, I still like sporadically apply for jobs. I'm still looking for jobs locally, which I probably really best for me. But that's not happening, and I'm not on any welfare or anything. Because I can't keep up with the demand of welfare. If you have mutual obligation if you're on job seeker and stuff, and I don't think I'm qualified as a DSP because I'm not blaming anyone. This is just my situation, and I'm just like trying to figure out how to get out from the situation, but there is no really way out. I can't rely on other people as well, like, So it's definitely there were some instances where ideation came back, but I guess like it's not as bad because ideation used to be around all the time. So coming back every now and then is very much an improvement of a situation compared to before. Um, the ideation usually comes when my body is in pure exhaustion, extreme exhaustion. I'm learning these days is just to sleep through the night, despite however loud the cat whines and wants attention. I just have to push through with the sleep because without the sleep, I can't function. And if I don't function, I become mean. And if I'm mean, I'm becoming cruel to the cat, and I don't think that would be a good idea. When I say cruel, I mean not giving her the wet food at 5 a.m. and giving her the wet food at, I don't know, 8 a.m. Mind you, she usually would have wet food sitting before I go to bed. So I give her wet food. Like, as I said, her dry food is always there, right? And her water is always there. So she's never without food or water at all. So this is just the wet food bit. So she's always going to have wet food before I go to bed, but she just wants her wet food early in the morning after I wake up too. So when I say cruel, I just ignore her in the morning when she's asking me for her wet food. She's not hungry. She has food. She actually would eat the dry kibbles. I just want to make it I just want to make it like obvious here again just before you accuse me of being cruel to her. Like, I'm Asian. She has to eat. She will eat. Uh, Even though I don't want to be maternal at all, the instinct, the DNA will always going to be there. It's like you have to be fed. You always have to be fed. Also, my washing machine is overloaded because I put so much towels in there and I can hear it struggling right now. I feel bad for the washing machine. I should have split that load into two because it's definitely struggling. But I was being greedy. It sounded really bad. I hope I don't break it. I can't afford anything. I need to get out. I need to break away from this poverty situation. I don't know how. I don't have the bandwidth to think even. Now it's taken over with this whole trying to find another rescue to basically get her dissected and microchipped and stuff. This is supposed to be the rescue organization job. Now it has become my job, which is, I guess, how rescue works. Apparently, uh, foster abandonment is very common, meaning like when you foster and then the rescue just abandon you. It's actually pretty common. I don't know. I'm not saying that this person is doing it. I don't think she is. She has been very responsive. Every time I message her, she has been very responsive. So it's not like she's abandoned me. She's just not proactive, and it's very understandable why, because she has like 50, 100 cats and kitten under her care, so, and probably other foster people as well. So it's like, she has her plate full. um oh my god, the washing machine sounded really bad. Oh dear god. It is 7 more minutes, so I am expecting it to be 7 more minutes, so it won't be long for this sound to be over. I am reporting directly from the laundry room. It's still the floor outside is still wet because it's been raining all day. Uh, I have a lot of things has been destroyed by the cat. Funnily enough, even though I get really angry in the moment, like I would snap in the moment, it's like no, I'm not actually entirely angry overall. It just lasted about like 2 seconds, and then, but I'm also not entirely affectionate towards the cat. Like I'm not like adorably like infatuated with the cat. I love the cat. I do. I like the cat very much, and I would be heartbroken when it's going away. But I'm not overly. I am attached for sure. I'm definitely attached, but I'm not like infatuated. Anyway, there's also been a lot of gnats. I don't like gnats. Gnats. Gnats means something is. What just happened? I thought it captured something. Gnats means something is rotten. So yeah, I don't look like I am in distress, do I? I'm not. I'm not in distress. I'm just regularly stressed. I don't know if that makes sense. It has been a week. This week has been a blur, to be honest, because last week, this week, the last week today, which is Sunday, I went to a craft group. Did I? I don't even know what day this is. This is yeah, this is Sunday. I went to a craft group last Sunday, I think. Mm, and I kind of just, after being told basically last week that I need to find another rescue, I was quite dysregulated, and I was quite thrown off by the news because I wasn't expecting to be doing this on my own. I would not have done it if I did. I have to do it on my own, which is probably bad for the cat. Like that's probably a cruel thing to say, but that's the reality of it, right? If you can't take responsibility to the very end, then it's very, don't start, because it's be very disappointing. It's harder when you have nothing and then you start having something, and then that something is being taken away from you. Now you have an experience where you have something being taken away from you. You're no longer coming from the same place of nothingness. You now have something. You're now coming in to the space of loss. Now you have experienced loss, and that is not a great experience, you know. That just kind of messes with your brain a lot psychologically as well. And I guess that's what happened to me last week. It took me a whole week, I guess, to calm down and get regulated about it all. Um, I don't know. I feel like I'm juggling so much now. I just wanted a cat to have a good home and not abandoned out there, but maybe I'm just projecting. Like, I don't want to be abandoned and neglected, but because my own energy is still there, maybe it's the law of attraction. Poor people attracted poor people, neglected people attracted neglected people, and more poverty attracts more poverty. I feel like, is that what my fate is? Is that what I'm into? It's sad, but I feel like mentally I can't, I can't think positively. It's hard. The only thing I can do is not even going to the positive. I can go into anger a little bit, resentment of why I'm in this position and angry at the whole situation. Maybe like the best I can do is just neutral, like eat, feed myself with a lot of protein and eggs and rice, which is carbs, protein, and fat, basically. Because eating things are regulating. Because that's what the whole point of emotional eating. The problem is I don't do emotional eating. What I do is brain eating, meaning like my brain just basically say, "You are depressed, so for more, let's just make sure that you eat." Uh, you eat all these things that you need to eat. Oh, let's do the laundry. Let me check on the cat. I don't know where the cat is. I put the cat inside the room so that it doesn't get scared because of the vacuuming. Anyway, usually I would dry this and put this into another spin, but I don't know. I feel like the spin is good enough for now. Have a lot of towels. This one's probably better not being inside there. This is Princess Limi's blanket. Anyway, I feel like the conclusion that I have reached when it comes to this particular issue is very bad because now my conclusion is okay, this is not an official stand. This is just me processing my thoughts and my whole what's going on right now is like, okay, so maybe this is too heavy. Let's put it here. Let's not kill the dryer as well because we still need the dryer. I don't know where the cat is. I am on the floor and the cat is, can you see? It's still in the room. Still in my bedroom. I am feeling old because everything is painful. She's under here. She doesn't want to leave. So yeah, it's a very weird month because I saw her first. The first time I saw her was on the 1st of June, so that's how I started the month. And now in 2 days, June will be over. And this year, I really had hope that things will be different, things will get picked up, something will come, an idea would be a good breakthrough, very positive and stuff. And also, like, I thought my body was getting better. For some reason, everything just went downhill. It's like, no, I don't think so. These gnats are very annoying to me. So yeah, so if you sign up for this channel, which I do definitely encourage, subscribe and click notification bell. If you want to help me with my kitty fund, go to coffee.com/Valorant and stuff. If you want to help with the desexing, send, I don't know, how much is it? Like the rescue person, I checked the rescue person said about $400, $500. I'm like, I have $3 in my bank account. And then sometimes I get $20 for royalties for my graphic work and stuff. Just for day to day stuff, I can still afford buy her food for like a can of food that is complete from Aldi is like 89 cents. So I can buy her a few of those and that will be enough for a few days. And I also buy her kangaroo meat from Aldi, which is just basically kangaroo is a single protein meal, which is she likes a lot. So I keep that as a staple, and also I get I know it's very bad, and I basically read this one rescue FAQ page. She's basically like it was so long, like it's a wall of text, and it's very sketching though. It's very like I don't know. It's just very the energy is very unfriendly. Maybe that's a good word for it. But like in one of the ramble that the wall of text are basically saying, it's like, don't tell the rescue that you are giving it Aldi, you're feeding it Aldi. And I'm like, but that's the only thing I can afford right now that doesn't have a lot of wheat and grain and a lot more fillers and stuff at an affordable price, because the others are costing about, even like a $30 bag dry food still have wheat, grains, and fillers. And if you want to get like pure, not pure, but like a really good quality kind of food, it's usually about 2 kilogram for a bag of dry food is about $70. So it's like definitely high price. So I felt like even if I buy $30 worth of dry food of like the same weight, which is like 1 kilo, the ingredients is not any better than the Aldi one. So I'm thinking, why, if the ingredient is not as better with the Aldi one, why do I have to pay like 34, 35, $50 for fillers basically? And it's the same with the canned food. Like if you read the labels of Fancy Feast and all the other canned food, it's basically filled with a lot of fillers, which is kind of what Aldi do as well. But Aldi has less fillers, like less, uh, things that make it harmful, so to speak. So I'm like, and if you compare the meat as well, like if you buy the premium meat in um, supermarket, for example, is only $1.50 more expensive than Aldi one, but the meat is not as a single meat protein. It's a mix, and it doesn't even know what it's mixed with. It's basically saying it could be chicken, lamb, beef, whatever in there, basically. So I'm a bit offended by the wall of text that I read on this particular rescue page, because they basically saying, you don't come to us and say that you're feeding it Aldi cat food and stuff. Um, I don't know. I feel like there is a huge chasm. Like I knew I've never done this before, so I'm learning. I'm also being exposed to the world for the first time. Will I ever do this again? No, unless my financial circumstances is better, stable, everything like that, like then yes, then I would pick her up and I would adopt her. Get her microchip, desect, and and then get adopted and stuff. So because I can just pay for it straight away. You can adopt a stray. Um, and one of the rescue basically said like you can get someone to adopt her. If someone wants to adopt her in Sydney, you can get them to contact the Rescue Cat Protection Society to adopt a stray. So if anyone in Sydney want to adopt a cat, you you can get the cat registered to you, microchip and desect and vaccinated for $100 based on cat protection society's quote for me. Yeah, but you have to be serious about it. You also have to be like financially um stable and everything. So because if I were stable, then I would definitely do it myself. And why would I hand her over to another person who is not financially stable? It doesn't make sense, right? Um, but of course, outside the financial stability, you also have to know the routine schedule. Probably I prefer the experience with cats and maybe family and stuff. I want better things for her than I do for myself, I think. For me, I just want money. For her, it's like I want her to have a good family, someone to support her. Mine has come down to just money because I am very much um jaded with the whole process. By the way, the dryer is on, so now the inside air is very humid. So I'm gonna open the door with my feet, and she's usually gonna come out when the door is open because she likes to check out outside. I am forbidding her to go onto the balcony right now because it's wet, but she usually comes what she usually comes out when the door is open. I'm just gonna let it open for a little bit so that the air can exchange a little bit, ventilate the house a bit. I feel like so humiliated in a lot of ways. At 42, not have anything, no money, no house of my own. Um, I'm just being on guard for a bit because she would. I don't want her to bolt out because there's nothing out there except for a plunge. My Facebook feed has been giving me so much of like what happened when cats fall onto the balcony. I saw like recently there's one that happened in Walleye Creek. Oh god. It fell from the balcony because Walleye Creek is basically just walls and walls of apartment buildings. It's basically like like a concrete jungle, and a cat just fell off one of those buckets, which happens quite often. Happens in the city as well. It's because I think the prey drive is so high. Like if I can see when she plays, then her prey drive is just overtaking her. There is no anything you can say or do to get her out of that insanity kind of hormone to consume and attack a prey. It's like she's not there. She's not there anymore. Um, so yeah, balcony is always supervised. I can't get her to wear a harness because I get bitten a lot when I try to get her into a harness. I can't I can't groom her claws as much. I manage a little bit, but it's not enough. Um, It's not enough because I know why. Because she still destroys a lot of the furnitures. That's mean I know I didn't trim it enough because it's still very sharp. I didn't use the clipper. I used the trimmer that I bought from Aldi for like $8. My bank account is these days is single digit. It's not even double digit where it's like $20, $10. It's like a single digit. Always comes back to single digit. I'm not distressed about it even now. It's the weird part about it. Like I get distressed and dysregulated for like a day or two, and then I come back to a regulated state again, which is insane to think about it. Like maybe a year or 2 years ago, where a dysregulated state can last for like years. In 2024, this regulated state basically lasted the whole year, and maybe going into 2025, like a whole half a year after that. So now in 2026, having a lot of instabilities further going downhill further. So it's like it was like this before, and now it's like very steep going down like that. I suspected I would have been in a constant distressed and dysregulated state, but I'm not. It's just like I get dysregulated and then I come back up. I'm not saying that I'm healthy by any means, nor am I saying that I am having bandwidth to deal with anything. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that I'm not as miserable as I should. I am miserable, but I'm expecting like a minus 1,000 out of 100, for example, but I'm only maybe a minus 2 out of 100 in the miserable scale, which is not a minus 1,000. You know what I mean? That's like still in the minus territory, but it's not the deep end. I guess I really do need this talking session for myself. It's been 41 minutes. I didn't even realize how long have I been talking. Apparently, talking really do help. Who knows? Being human requires socialization. See? Cat. You want to see cat? Cat likes outdoors. That's why cat comes out. Even though cat usually sleeps. Cat. It's hiccuping now. Cat. What do you have to say? What do you have to say? This is Limi, everyone. This is Limi. Limi, say hello. Hello, Limi. Limi doesn't want to say hello. Limi just want to go outside to play, but I don't allow her. This is how I know she's no longer, she is at the end of her heat. She doesn't want to stay with me. When she is like the first day of her heat, she's like so clingy. Now it's on the fourth day of her heat. She's like, get off me. Which I'm pretty grateful for because she looks so uncomfortable and in pain. And then I realized that's when, oh my god, she really needs to get dissect. She can't get it dissect now next week because she's still in heat. But when, oh my god, how do I come up with $500? I'm so stressed. Mm, but yeah, but yeah, this is what life is right now, I guess. It's nice, normal, I suppose. It has its own ups and downs. It ate, by the way. It already ate before someone comes in. Occasionally when I get like I have someone send me a coffee tip last week. Thank you very much. If it came from this channel, thank you. Maybe it came from the other channel, but if it comes from this channel, thank you. I bought her a couple of canned food that is premium, so she had those before. It's so expensive, but she had those every now and then so that she doesn't eat only Aldi canned food. Um, which is a treat for her every now and then, I think. But she still prefers the raw meat. That's what she loves the most, the raw meat. So I always try to have that for her. But she needs the vitamins and stuff, so I still do give her canned food. I'm trying to limit her kibbles to only like I have an espresso shots glass, so it's like this much. So it's only like 2 scoops of that per day, maybe if that. If she finishes 1 scoop, then I give her another scoop. But it's not a lot. I don't try to give her a lot of kibbles, and she doesn't eat a lot of kibbles unless like she doesn't like the wet food. Then she goes for the kibbles. She's like, nah, this wet food is bad. I have to throw away a lot of wet food, okay? She doesn't like chicken. She doesn't like tuna. She doesn't like when it's too wet. She doesn't like those pouches ones. So I stopped buying pouches food. Um, I spent like 2 separate pouches packages. She didn't like it at all. She liked canned food, okay, like, but it's a hit and miss. It's maybe about 3.5 out of 5 times she would eat it. Like the 1.5 I have to throw away. But kangaroo overall, usually she would definitely eat. So I'm keeping the staples that she always eats. And anything expensive, she eats it till the very last lick. With Aldi canned food, she would eat it, but you can see there's still a lot of things that she doesn't touch. Like, so it's like maybe 4 out of 5. But if it's like premium canned food, like the one that I bought by using the coffee money, she would lick it all, like clean. I'm like, this lady has a expensive taste. You came up, you seduced the wrong person if you want an expensive food. uh I have become one of those people, right? That is being overtaken once they become taking care of something, a care, like either a mom or foster mom or a pet mom. I'm one of those now. I'm one of those. You're probably gonna get really sick at me. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Mm. I was so resentful for the whole situation. Like, I was thinking, oh, maybe I can just give her to the rangers so that it can go to the pounds. And then I'm thinking, no, it's too. Like, she is so stressed out even with the when I have my hair dryer on or when my vacuum is on. Imagine going to a shelter where there's so many other animals, so loud and everything. It's just, probably very stressful. Not like she's biting me when I'm not giving her something that she wanted. She even wanted to eat my food today. Like, how is she going to adjust to a shelter environment? I'm screwed. I'm very, very screwed. I don't know how to get out from the situation that I partially blame myself. I got myself into. Unfortunately, right, like this whole situation, especially with the rescue and the reality of things, I'm feeling like, oh, when there's another situation like this and my circumstances haven't changed, I probably won't have a cat. I won't help them and I won't ask anyone on Facebook to help them either. It's because it's just becoming a game of passing around the buck, like pass the buck basically, like who will take them, who will help them, who will have the money to do it, who will volunteer. It's like everyone is accusing of everyone else for not helping, but the people who accuse other people not helping is the one that don't help the most. It's like, yeah, it's like a lot of Peanuts Gallery's opinions that don't do anything, basically. Like the real world, mostly. So it's not surprising, really. There is no call to action in this particular video. As again, this channel is just me ranting and rambling about my own life. Definitely not a positive channel. Never has been. Uh, just an outlet for me, I guess. Yeah, anyway, I think 50 minutes is enough. I don't want you guys to listen more. Let's say, I don't know, hopefully things get better. Next financial year, in 2, 3 days, it will be 1st of July. I'm so screwed, guys. I don't know how to get out from the situation. I'm so screwed. I'll see you guys later. Subscribe, click notification bell if you want to help me with the cat as well. Go to coffee.com/Valorine. Bye. Thank you for watching.